This video is titled Again with the Negative Signs because you can't go over them enough. So it's tricky because they're doing two different things. Okay, so on this first one, we have the opposite of 16 to the 3 halves. So only the 16 is being raised to that exponent. So I'm going to treat that 2 as the index. So it's going to be a square root, and then that'll be my exponent. So I'm going to write it as the opposite of the square root of 16, and then I have to cube that. Okay, well, one step at a time. Do I know the square root of 16? Yes, it's 4. And then I'm going to go 4 cubed, which 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. So my answer is going to be negative 64. Okay, that's how that one works. All right, now let's try, this one looks very similar, but this time it has a negative exponent. Okay, I'm going to take care of that right away. This opposite sign is just in front of the whole thing. It's not part of the base. So it's going to be the opposite of 1 over 16 to the 3 halves. Now I'm going to do what I did on the last problem. I'm going to change it to 1 over the square root of 16. And then I'll have to raise that to the 3rd power. But I know the square root is 16, so it's negative 1 over 4 to the 3rd power. So my final answer, when I'm all done here, it's going to be negative. Why is it negative? Because of the very negative sign, the opposite sign in the very front. Okay? Doesn't have anything to do with the exponent. 1 over 64. It's a fraction because of the negative exponent. Now, I didn't write that very neatly, but you can put the negative sign. Usually we either put it out to the side or you can put it in the numerator. Usually we don't put it in the denominator, but sometimes we need it there. Okay, so one of those ways that you like. Okay, now this one's a little bit different. It's got the negative exponent. Okay, we can do that. 1 over. Now, all of that is in parentheses, so I have to keep it that way. It's going to be negative 16 to the positive 3 over 2. So then I'm going to want to write that in the radical notation. So I'm going to write it as 1 over the square root of negative 16 cubed. But I can't take the square root of a negative number, so we're going to say this is not real. Okay? So can't take the square root of a negative number.